everybody. Welcome to Cooking It Real. I'm Kathy. So glad to have you joining me in the kitchen today. Do you love a fruit cobbler? I do. Who doesn't? A fruit cobbler is warm, it's fruity, it's healthy, and it's dang delicious. I got a recipe that's really easy to put together. It is something that can be in the oven while you're fixing your dinner, and that way it'll be ready when the meal is done. Now, the good thing about cobblers is you can make them with any fruit you like. You can make it with apples, you can make it with peaches, you can make it with blackberries, blueberries, you can mix fruits together. Sky's the limit. Today, I've got one of my favorites, nectarines. The great thing about nectarines is you don't have to peel them. You just dump them in your cobbler and go. So I washed these nectarines. They're ready to roll. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do is get an 8x8 or 9x9 baking pan. It can be a glass pan like this one. It can be a cake pan. It can be a metal pan, whatever you got. And turn your oven on to 325. We start by preparing the pan. We need a half a stick or a quarter cup of butter. That's just like I said, a half a stick. So I'm just going to cut my stick in half. I'm going to take the butter. I'm going to drop it in to my baking pan, and I'm going to put it in my warming oven to melt. Now it's time to get our nectarines ready. We need 2 cups of chopped fruit. I've got 5 nectarines here. I don't know how many I'll need, probably 4. I might add a little bit extra. We'll just have to see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. I washed them. They're still a little bit wet, but that's okay. And now I'm going to cut them up, and we're going to put them in this measuring cup and see how much we have. Okay, that was 3 nectarines, and it made like 3 cups of the nectarines chopped up. That's perfect. That's fine. That's all we need. It's a little bit more, but hey, more is always better. All right, now let's make our cobbler batter. In this bowl, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, I want to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, and I want to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Okay. Now, if you're using a fruit that isn't quite as sweet as nectarines, like say you're using a tart apple or something like blackberries or blueberries, you might want an additional couple of tablespoons of sugar to put on the fruit itself, okay? But this is going to go in our dough. Boom, 3/4. Now we're going to mix that up to get everybody incorporated. And look, we're almost ready. All right, so that's our dry ingredients. Now for our wet ingredients. I have 3/4 of a cup of milk here. Actually, we don't do milk here. We do half and half for our coffee and tea. So this is half a cup of milk with a 1/4 cup of water. Make all milk, make all half and half. You could even make it all water if you really, really needed to. All right, to that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Woo! I measured that with love. A little bit extra never hurt with that either. Now we're going to put these 2 together. Mix our dry and our wet. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a sprinkle of cinnamon. That would be delicious in here. Maybe a couple of twinkles of nutmeg would go along with that as well. I think I'm gonna do just a tad of cinnamon. I'm just gonna do a few sprinkles. Is that open? Come on, you. There we go. That's like maybe a half a teaspoon, maybe. Mixy mix. All right, our batter is done. Now we have our fruit, we have our batter. Let's get our pan. Okay, so remember this pan is hot. So here's my butter all melted, or pretty much all melted. In my pan, we are going to add the batter right into the melted butter. We're not going to stir, just going to pour it on top. There we go. And we're going to add the fruit right on top of this. Again, we're not going to stir. So don't splash yourself. That's hot butter. Now you would do this whether you were using nectarines or berries or apples or peaches or pears or apricots or whatever strikes your fancy. And you know, you can also use canned fruit. If you don't have the fresh fruit, canned fruit that's drained of its juices will work just as well. Okay, now it's going to go back in the oven, 325 for 1 hour. Here we go. While that's baking, I just want to take a minute and invite you all to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps people to find me, and I do appreciate it. Okay, 1 hour in the oven, and look at this. If you could smell it, oh, it smells wonderful. I'm going to do the toothpick test, but I'm going to do it with a knife. We're going to take it, we're going to put it sort of in the middle here and go through the cobbler itself. A little bit here, a little bit there. We got juicy fruit under there, but it looks like it's cooked. It feels nice and firm here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let this cool. If you are going to not let it cool all the way, if you want to serve it warm, please let it cool for at least 15-20 minutes and it'll still be warm. But then you can serve it up and it'll be warm. You can have it with ice cream. You can have it with whipped cream. It'll be fabulous. But I'm just going to leave this here and let it cool. And when my taste tester comes back, we will taste it together. See you in a bit. All right, it's nice and cool now. And I'm going to serve it up. Let's see. Will, do you like an edge piece or a center piece?
I'll take an edge.
Edge for Will. Now you can serve this with ice cream or whipped cream or just by itself. You can serve it warm. You can serve it room temperature. You can serve it cold. Ooh, that looks good. That came off of my piece. Here's a fork for you.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a taste.
I'd say it's perfect. Very good. Fruit's not overly, it's not mushy.
Nope.
But it's very tender.
It is. And the cobbler part is sort of like a little spongy and, oh, it's so nice. This is delicious. And the good thing about nectarines is you don't have to peel them. You know?
It's not overly sweet. It's very good.
I didn't add any sugar to the fruit because I thought the nectarines would be sweet enough themselves. Just like you, baby. Aw. That just says meow.
She wants us to go out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me. And I hope you make this. If you do, let me know. And we'll see you next time on Cooking It Real. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I'm going to finish up some. Very good.
Duchess. Hi, Duchess. Hi, sweetheart.